Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this yellow look that I have going on right now. I really hope you like it. I absolutely love the way that it came out, and how I stumbled upon it is because I was scrolling through Instagram, which I absolutely love to do. I was just looking around and seeing some different colorful eyeshadow looks, looking for some inspiration, looking for different things that I can do right here on my channel. I feel like right now I'm really like in love with doing makeup tutorials and just expanding my range in the kind of looks that I can do, showing off different things on my Instagram. Of course, I take pictures of this look, so it just helps me kind of like build my portfolio or just build an entire book of different looks that I want to show off on my Instagram. So this is one of them. This is one that I got going on right now because I really wanted to do a yellow look. For some reason, I've been really attracted and I've been like very drawn to this look, and I found the perfect look to recreate on Instagram, and it is by the beautiful and amazingly talented Fuentes Legna. I will put up her Instagram right here. Her looks, you see them everywhere, and you see a lot of different people kind of like replicating her style a little bit. Her Instagram is super clean, it's flawless. Her tutorials are flawless. Like, that's the best way that I can describe them. She is a fellow Latina. I believe she's Cuban and she does speak Spanish, so I'm very like drawn to her and drawing inspiration from the looks that she does, and she's amazingly talented and she deserves a lot of recognition. So I will link her Instagram down below as well if you want to check her out. You will be mesmerized with her page, and this look was a short tutorial and a picture that she had done recently. I saw it. It was yellow. I'm drawn to yellow looks right now, so I thought it would be like the perfect look to recreate. I really hope I did her justice as well. Again, I will link her account down below in that description box. So yeah, that's what I have in store in this video for you guys. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel before you leave. I'd love to have you as a member right here on my channel. And without further ado, if you want to see how to recreate this look, how I made it happen, then please stay on and keep on watching. Alright guys, let's get started, and you already know the very first step that we're gonna do. We're gonna prep our eyelids using the Tarte Shape Tape with a small concealer brush. We're just gonna lay that down all over the lid and really make sure to pat it into the skin. And then we're gonna go over that with our Real Techniques sponge. And then we're gonna get right into the action and lay down this kind of like mustard yellow color from the original Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette. I'm not sure what the name of the shade is called, but it's the only like yellowy mustard shade in the palette. And we're grabbing a fluffy brush. This is the new brush that I got from BH Cosmetics. And we're going to lay that down all over the crease and a little bit above that, because this is the color that's gonna go all over the top of the crease, and we're just gonna really smoke that out and make it really noticeable. So from here, we're gonna start working our way down. So I always like to start with the color that's gonna be all the way to the top, almost touching that brow bone, and then work my way down closer to the crease. And then as you can see, I did switch brushes because I really wanted to pack on more color. I felt like the other brush was laying down too, not as much color as I would have wanted. So I switched to the Morphe M433, and I'm really getting closer to that crease now. And I'm still using that same shade in the palette. I also dragged that same shade to my lower lash line. You really want to make sure to take your time in this step to really buff out those edges. I feel like the more time that you spend blending, the more airbrushed and really smooth your eyeshadow is going to look. And then of course also just making sure not to get any of that eyeshadow any lower, kind of like on your under eye area. So I'm just going back and forth, and then I switched over to the shade that's right next to that yellow in the same Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I used a smaller blending brush for this, and now I'm hitting right on the crease, blending it out and kind of like smoking it out a little bit more. I don't want to be too precise because then I'm gonna go in with an even deeper shade, so I'm keeping that color right on the crease, but I'm not being too precise with it. I'm just making sure that the first color is still noticeable, but still applying that color all throughout the crease, just following that line of the crease, using that as a guide to place that color a little bit lower. Then I switched over to a pencil brush, this one's from BH Cosmetics, and then placed that color, the second one that we're using, all over the lower lash line, and I'm going even closer to the lower lash line. That way the first color that we laid out is noticeable, but this one is just closer to that lower lash line. And then just going back to that first fluffy brush and making sure everything is nice and buffed out. And now, because we are adding our third and final, the deepest color, I am using the dark brown and the black shades combined from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I am using the Morphe M506 to really go in super precisely into the crease. So this is where I am going to cut the crease in a few seconds, and then from there just go over with concealer on top of that. But for now, we really want to make a defining line where we are going to cut the crease to really make a nice contrast between the lid color, whatever we want our lid color to be, to whatever those colors are on top of the crease. So we're just going back and forth, really making sure that that line, because we are using dark colors, we really want to make sure to take our time to make everything as nice and blended as possible, and also be careful to use as little eyeshadow at a time as possible. Because we are using those dark browns and blacks, it's super easy to go overboard, and just remember that you can always add more eyeshadow, but it's super hard to go back once you add it. And then, as you can see on the outer V of the eye, we do tiny circular motions just to make sure everything is nice and blended, and we kind of connect on that outer V and make a line straight down. And now we're taking this brush right here. This one is from Alamar Cosmetics, and it's just a flat square brush, and it really lets you get in there in that lower lash line. And I'm applying those same dark brown and black colors as in almost like an eyeliner, and really getting precisely in there and just going back and forth to make sure everything is nice and buffed out and smoked out. Then going back with that pencil brush and just making sure everything is nice and buffed out. And then going back to the very first brush and then making sure once again to go back in with that very first color and making sure that it's nice and noticeable all around. So as you can see, we're pretty much just mimicking the colors that are on top of the lid on our lower lash line. Now I'm going back to that Morphe M506 brush and really packing on that black and brown colors on the outer V of the eye, and buffing everything out one more time. And now this is the part where I took off my training wheels and I am cutting the crease without my cut crease stamp. And this time I really wanted to challenge myself and see if I could cut my crease all by myself without any guidance, and I think I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. I really like how it came out all in the end, but this part did take me a while. This is, of course, I'm editing most of the process out, but I really went back and forth, just really making sure that that crease was nice and cut and precise, and that it looked as perfect as it could. And the concealer that I'm using is again my Tarte Shape Tape. And now for our lid color, we're using a nice bright yellow color, and I am going in with the Morphe X James Charles palette with the shade B, and I'm using a packer brush to really go in all over the lid, go back, grab more eyeshadow, go back into the lid and really pack on that color. And what really helps is that, of course, when you cut the crease, you pat down that concealer on the lid and it's nice and tacky, so the matte eyeshadow is going to stick to that and really make it pop, and it's going to make it super vibrant. Now I'm switching brushes. I switched brushes to this BH Cosmetics pencil brush because I feel like it really gets in there and it's nice and it lets you be precise, especially when you're touching that part of the crease when you want to stay low and you want to keep that contrast between the lid color and that dark crease. You don't want that yellow on the crease, and you just want to stay in between the lines. So now to connect that lid color to that outer V, to where the dark brown and black colors are, I tried going in with this color from the NYX Ultimate palette, but it wasn't working for me. It wasn't giving me a darker yellow, which was what I wanted. So I went back into the Alamar Cosmetics Reina del Caribe palette now, and I grabbed this almost like orangey color. It's called Coco Taxi, and I placed it with that same pencil brush right in between there to really make a smooth transition between the lid color and that outer V. I felt like it gave a nice little extra touch. And now I went back to the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette, and I used this shade right here for that inner corner. I really wanted a nice bright white shimmer in that inner corner, something that would really pop, and I feel like this shade right here from the Jaclyn Hill palette really does that, and it's super icy white, and I did add a little bit more on that brow bone. Now I was already wearing highlighter when I did this. I was wearing the shade Face from the James Charles X Morphe palette as a highlighter already, which I love by the way, but I wanted a little bit of an extra pop, so I went in with the BH Cosmetics Black Light Highlighter palette, and I went with the shade Electra, and I just went a little bit on top of that, and as you can see, it just made it extra blinding. Now for my waterline, I did do something a little bit dangerous, so I do recommend please be careful if you are going to do this. I don't want you guys hurting your pretty eyes. I am using the liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the shade Queen Bee as an eyeliner for my waterline. Again, be super careful if you are going to use this, and this is actually the very first time that I've used this liquid lipstick since I bought it. I would never use it as an actual liquid lipstick, but I found a really good use for it today, and it looked absolutely beautiful. I just love how it popped. Then I went in with my IT Cosmetics Superhero Black Mascara, just did my lower lashes. And for lashes, I am wearing these lashes right here from AliExpress. Again, I will link them down below. I can't remember the name of these lashes. I think they're just like an off-brand pair of lashes, but I absolutely love them. And looking back in the video as I was editing it, I loved how these looked on camera. And then this is where I thought I was done, but then I remember that I still have to do my brows. So I went in with my Ride or Die, my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso, and I just did my brows as usual. Just filled them out, do some nice hair-like strokes in the front, and everything looked nice and polished. And with the brows set in place, this is what the first eye looked like. Then I went off camera, finished the other eye, and this was the final look complete. Hope you guys love it. And that is it for this video, you guys. This is the final look. For my lips, I did decide to go with something a little bit darker. I know this is very like fall appropriate and we're in March, really close to spring, but I really thought that this lip would fit in with the whole look. So I went for that, and I am wearing a Marc. It's a line with Avon, and it's the Vibrant Liquid Lip Matte Lip in the shade Vino Pasión Matte. So it's a very matte lip color. I did like it. It is a little bit patchy, so I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't give you like that very like even cover of color on your lips, but I still like the color itself, and I love how it just ties in the whole look together. I will try and find it online. This one was just gifted to me by my mama. She gave it to me, and I have it around. I found it and I thought it would be perfect for this look, but if I can find it online, I will link it down below for you guys. As far as the lashes go, I am wearing some lashes that I got from AliExpress, and I am working on a AliExpress haul. I'm just waiting to get all of my products together. It's taking a little bit to get everything together, and I will touch on that on the video that I make with that, but I got a whole bunch of stuff and goodies in there, and the main purpose of me even going to the website is because I heard that their lashes were awesome, so I wanted to check them out for myself and see what they got. And I got these ones right here, which are absolutely like so dramatic, and that's what I was going for. I really think that like those big and bold and dramatic lashes like really photograph beautifully, so I was going for that. But as far as like going out with these ones, it would take a little bit like used to. I would feel a little bit like self-conscious with them if I were to go out with these ones, but I feel like I could get used to them, and they are really comfortable. They were easy to put on. I did have to trim them a little bit because they were like too big for the shape of my eye in particular, and I feel like sometimes when you don't trim them, they can make your eyes look a little bit droopy, so I did trim them. I feel like if you're looking for really affordable lashes, if you're looking for a ton of different styles, and if you're looking to buy lashes in bulk, go to AliExpress. It's a really good option. However, they do take a long time to get to you. And that is it for this video, you guys. I think those were all of the things that I wanted to touch on. I really hope you enjoyed just watching the entire process and how I created this look. I just really felt like sitting down and doing something creative, and I had been dying to do a yellow look right here on my channel. I feel like we're sticking to that like different color theme in every video, but I really hope you enjoyed this one. I really love how it came out. I can't wait to take pictures of this and sharing with you as well through Instagram. Let me know what you guys thought in those comments down below. If you have any questions, also let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out in the best way that I can. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you right here on my next video. Bye guys.